Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my very first track versus track. I got permission from the YouTuber I watch, who normally does these. He also borrowed it from a different channel, but if you watch his videos on it, he'll tell you what channel it is, but the channel I'm talking about is As It Should Be. Check his channel out. I'm going to put the link in his channel in the description so that you know about him. But my very first one's going to be against the very first Beatle album, Please Please Me, 1963, versus the Hollies' first album, which I don't have it on vinyl, but I have it on CD, Stay with the Hollies. And before I do that, I'm going to get a piece of paper. This is the best I can do right now. Please me versus Stay with the Hollies. There you go. First track, close the lines. That should be slightly better. First track on this, I Saw Her Standing There, versus first song on this, Talking About You. This one should be easy. This one's easy for me. I Saw Her Standing There wins. Much better for an opener track. I like this track a lot, Talking About You, but Saw Her Standing There is just a lot better. Next track, Misery versus Mr. Moonlight. And the Beatles also did Mr. Moonlight, but like the same year as this album came out, but like a little afterwards. But I have to give it to Misery, mostly because it's just a better song. It's an original. It's like the song a lot better. Anna, Go to Him versus You Better Move On, which both of them are Arthur Alexander songs, but I'm going to have to give this one to the Beatles again. Probably because John Lennon just puts a lot more emotion to it and just overall better. So, boom, got the win. But next track, Chains versus Lucille. This could be the Hollies are going to get put on the board, actually. I'm not really too big into Chains, actually. It's like one of the few songs off of Please Please Me that I don't really like still. But other than that, Please Please Me is an amazing debut album, but I'm going to give it to Stay with the Hollies on this one. I much prefer Lucille. Boys, the Ringo sung track, first vocal on it, versus Baby Don't Cry, which Baby Don't Cry. I love Baby Don't Cry, great cover, but I'm not a big fan of Boys either. So I'm gonna give it to the Hollies on this one. Ask Me Why, 6th track on this, versus Memphis, Tennessee, or just Memphis. That's what it says on here. But I'm gonna give this one to the Beatles. I love Don't Ask Me Why, one of my favorite tracks by them, like early songs wise. But I've gotten this grew on me, Memphis, but still not a big fan of it. Yeah. Stay well, the title track, Please Please Me, versus kind of, you could say it's kind of like the title track for this one, Stay, with the Hollies, which is Stay. Even has different color for Stay. But I'm gonna, believe it or not, I'm actually gonna give this to the Hollies. I actually, one of my favorite early hits by them, actually. Just they both end off side one really well, but I'm just gonna give the edge to the Hollies one, just slightly. Next track opens up side two. Love Me Do. I don't know why I stumbled there. Versus Rockin' Robin by the Hollies. This is pretty hard. Both tracks open up side two really well. But gonna have to give it to Stay with the Hollies on this one. I much prefer Rockin' Robin. Loving Me Do I used to love a lot, but kind of worn out on me. Kind of like a lot of the Beatles' early hits, especially Love Me Do, kind of worn out on me at this point. But both tie at 4-4. Let's see how this is gonna go. Next track on this, P.S. I Love You versus What You Gonna Do About It. Both amazing tracks, in my opinion. Both rock equally. I love them both. This might be the first matchup of the day. I might give them both. I might give them both the point, but gotta think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one to the Hollies. I absolutely love What You Gonna Do About It. It grew on me significantly. If you asked me a little bit before, if we would pick P.S. I Love You versus What You Gonna Do About It, I would have picked the Beatles, but this one grew on me a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. Next song, Baby It's You versus Don't You Love Me. I much prefer the Dave Clark 5 version of Don't You Love Me, but this is a really solid version of it too. I'm gonna have to give it to the Beatles on this one. Another example of John Lennon putting his all in his vocals. Really solid track for the Beatles. Next track, Do You Want to Know a Secret versus It's Only Make Believe. Both amazing tracks. Second lead vocal on George Harrison, Chains being the first one. I'm not crazy about this one, but George Harrison really stepped up his game on this one. But I really love the cover, It's Only Make Believe. I'm about to give this to the Hollies. You know what? I'm gonna have to give them both the point. They're both amazing tracks. I love both of them in their own way. We have to give them both a point on this one. So it's 6-6. They're both tie again. Next track, A Taste of Honey versus What Kind of Girl Are You? Which, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a crazy fan of either one of them, but if I had to pick my poison, it will probably be A Taste of Honey. I'm not a big fan of What Kind of Girl Are You? Kind of like my kind of the worst song on the album. Once I get to reviewing this thing, I'll tell you how I feel about all these, but this one I'm never excited to listen to. It's one of those skip tracks. But, okay. There's a Place. There is a Place. Versus Little Lover. The first pin track with Nash and Clark on it. Most of this album is full of covers, but that's the only exception, and I'm gonna have to give this point to the Hollies. I love There's a Place. One of my favorite early Beatle tracks, but I love Little Lover a lot as the Hollies early song, so I'm just gonna have to give it to the Hollies on this one. I just prefer it a little bit extra, just slightly. They're tied, uh, 7-7. Ooh, it's yeah, because I tied them. But Twist and Shout versus Candyman. Not the Candyman you think. It's a different Candyman. It's a much different. It's not who can make the sun shine. I kind of wish they did cover all that, but they didn't. It's a different Candyman. But this is extremely easy. Twist and Shout. It's much better. Way better than Candyman. This closes out Please Please Me so well. This is another song I'm not too crazy about. kind of a shitty way to end off an album, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the Beatles. But 8-7. Not bad. Hollies did a pretty good job. I feel like these albums would be fair to go against. Both have 14 tracks on it. Yeah, I thought that was fair, but put down in the comments what your thing would be, like what tracks would win what album you think is better. I much prefer Please Please Me. Like this is just a much better album than Stay with the Hollies, but Stay with the Hollies got pretty close though. But if you ask me, the better tracks on Please Please Me just destroy the best tracks on Stay with the Hollies. Anyways, I'll might make a few more of these track versus track videos, and see you next time.